Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is our fourth video in our step-by-step Ansible Automation tutorial series in which I cover every topic from basics to advanced with real demos. In this particular video, I will talk about Ansible Ad-Hoc command. So these are the topics I will be covering throughout this video that will include what are ad-hoc commands and when to use them, and what is the role of Ansible modules here, and how to discover it, how to get help for each modules, and full syntax of ad-hoc commands and important flags. Also step-by-step demo, and also I will show you how to choose the correct module to avoid mistakes. And finally, you will have the hands-on task for you to practice it. Related links and documents will be mentioned in the description. Please make use of it. If you are new here, my name is Selva and this is Lanati Guide Tutorials. I have uploaded a lot of videos related to DevOps and cloud, specifically on Git, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Terraform, OpenStack, and many more. Even I have uploaded many courses for free. If you are interested in learning and want more knowledgeable content, please make sure to subscribe and click the nearby bell icon so that you don't miss any new videos that I upload. Let's get started. What are ad-hoc commands? As the name says, this is a command, which means you are going to run a command to perform a task. For example, if you want to perform a simple task like restart particular application service, or if you want to install only a package, or if you want to check the version of application, or if you want to copy a file, you don't need to write number of lines to write Ansible playbook or Ansible roles. Smart way, you can simply run an ad-hoc command. So this will perform the task in all the nodes that you specify during the command line. So ad-hoc command is nothing but to perform a single task. If you want to perform multiple tasks, including you want to, for example, if you want to install a package and configure it, then we need to update package manager, we need to install a package, we may need to configure it by copying some files and perform some configuration, then finally we need to restart it. So this will include multiple tasks where we will not use ad-hoc command, we will go for Ansible playbook or Ansible role. What is the role of modules here? Every ad-hoc command will call an Ansible module. So module is a small Ansible inbuilt program that will done the job for us. For example, if you want to copy, we have a module. If you want to restart a service, or if you want to stop a service, or if you want to install a package, for every task, we have a module. So before we run a task, we need to find the correct module. So how to find the correct module? An Ansible server, we have the command called Ansible doc with -l. -l is nothing but to list all the modules. So here if you see, lot of modules are there. From A to Z, it will list you the modules that starts with the AWS, Azure. For all the cloud provider itself, we have the modules to perform the task. Okay. So Ansible is not only the configuration management tool, it also can be used for infrastructure as a code. Okay. If I get the count of Ansible modules, 8,000 plus modules available readily in Ansible. So Ansible doc-l will print a long list of all modules along with one line description. Now, if you want to find a module for our task, we can simply use grep command along with the task. For example, if you want to copy, simply type the keyword. Okay. Here it will give you the filtered keyword output. Okay. So Ansible built-in copy. These are the modules. Okay. So wherever it finds the keyword, it will print in the screen. Okay. So here we have the copy. Okay. So now we need to find which one is correct for our purpose. You will get the experience only if you do lot of practices, right? It says Ansible built-in copy. This is a perfect command for copying any files to the servers. Okay, this is how we need to find. Or for example, if I want to install a package, let's say I have a Debian or Ubuntu servers where we will use the package manager as apt. So I will search for apt now. Here also we have a lot of modules that has the apt keyword. Here if you see, this is a built-in apt. So this one we can use for installing the package. So we need to find the correct Ansible module completely based on our task, what we are going to perform. Of course, you will know about the task, right? If you are going to perform something, you will know about it. So same way, if you search for it, you will find some modules. Once you find that module, instead of -l, you can use the module name here. So this will give you the full documentation for a module. Okay, it's like a manual page of Linux command. So for example, if I give Ansible-doc copy, even you can use the full name. For example, let's say okay, now if you see, this is a manual page. Okay, so you will get a full documentation about that particular module. So this is how you can go through all of this module. If you find the perfect option to perform the task, then you can use it. Here if you see, this is a description of the module, and here you have the list of options. But here they have mentioned equal to. Wherever you see this equal to, here it is hyphen, which means it is not mandatory. But if you see equal to, then that particular option is mandatory if you want to use copy command. Let me scroll down to the next page. Here if you see, we have the option backup, checksum, content, and here if you see, the destination is mandatory. Of course, this is a copy module. In order to copy, you need two arguments. One is source and other one is destination, right? So here you see destination. This is a mandatory. So all other options are optional. If you need something additionally, then you can go through this documentation. If you want a short documentation, you can simply use -s. So this will give you short information quickly about that parameters. We have attribute, checksum, content, destination, directory, mode, groups, force. Okay, you can go through all these documentations. So I would suggest, instead of using the short version, always go and read the full documentations, so it will have more information about the module. Okay, now we know that how to find the module to perform the task. Okay, so now we'll talk about Ansible Ad-Hoc command. I have used this Ansible Ad-Hoc command in previous video as well. Ansible is a command. Okay, and immediately you have to give the target nodes. If you specify all, the servers listed in your inventory file will be the target nodes. Either you can use all or you can give your specific groups. If you have the group defined in your inventory file, you can use the group something like group names. Okay, so this is actually targets. So here I will mention all. Now, then we can use -m. If you want to call any module, you have to use -m. Okay, so here, instead of typing any further commands, I simply type tab twice. Now I see a lot of options. All these options can be used in your Ansible Ad-Hoc command. Okay, so here if you see, there should be an option called -m to specify the module names. That is why we use this option -m. Here we have already used some options like -i to specify the inventory file. Hyphen means it is a short name. If you want to specify in full name, you can use a double hyphen. Okay, it's up to you completely. We have used -u. Even we will use this vault ID, password and all in the Ansible vault sections. Okay, so here we'll use -m to specify the module name. Now we need to decide what task we are going to perform now. For example, if you want to perform ping to check all our servers are up and running or not. So already we have used these commands in the previous sections. Okay, so -m ping. Ping means it is not a ping command, it is a module that we are using now. Okay, so we have a dedicated module for ping that we are using in this command. Okay, so let me run this command. Okay, here it is trying to use the username called Selva, but actually on all the target server, I have created a dedicated user called Ansible. So I will use Ansible along with this option -u. Okay, now I got the response from the server. If you have hundreds of servers in your inventory file, of course, you will get the response of each server using this module. Okay, now again, so Ansible is the ad hoc command. Then we have to use the target nodes, then you can use further options. Okay. If you want to copy some files from your machine to all the target servers, let's say patching files or some configuration files, anything. If you want to copy, you need source and destination. Already we have seen that mandatory options. Okay. So how do we specify such parameters over here? You have already called the module. So now we need to use the parameters that is mandatory for the particular module. For that, we have the option called -a. Within the double quote, we can use those mandatory options. Even if you want, you can use the additional options. -a is nothing but argument of this particular module. So here I will use, I think that was source, then equal to some path of your local machine, then space, then another arguments. If you have anything to specify, then you can use it. So here I will use dest equal to some path. So this destination is of your target server. Okay, this is how we can use further options, more equal to, something like that, along with space. So here what I will do, so if you want to use module along with its arguments, then you have to use -a. Within the double quote, you can define all your arguments and the value. So what I will do, I will just create a simple file, something like app.env. Okay, here on source, I will mention local file name, space, destination, equal to, then the path of the target servers, where I will give simply under temp, copy the file. Okay. If you want to use another options, of course you can use it. Okay, let me copy this to all my servers. For now, I have defined only one server in my inventory. Let me show you that. So this will tell you which configuration file will be used when you run Ansible commands. So this is saying etc ansible ansible.cfg. Similarly, if I run the command along with the -v option, this will also show you the config file which this is going to be used. Now, just open this configuration file and search for host. Okay, here if you see, on the default configuration file, we have asked the Ansible to use a different inventory file. Now, if I use cat command to list out the server, it has only the 56.12. That is why this particular inventory is in place to perform the task. Okay, fine. So the file, anyway, the file is copied to my target servers. If you have hundreds of servers mentioned here, it will be copied. So let me go to my target server. Here I will use /temp. I can see the app.env being copied. So this is how we need to perform the task. Okay. For this demo, I have used copy command. Similarly, if you have multiple tasks to perform, install a package or something else, we need to find the right module and we can use it. So this is the command to call the module -m. Then if you want to use any arguments from the command, then we can use -a. Also, I want to show you one more interesting factor about this module. Let's say you are not able to find the correct module to perform the task, but you know how to perform the task in the server. For example, this is my client. Here I don't have the command, but you know how to perform the task using some commands. For example, this is a Ubuntu server. Let's say I want to use app update command. So this is a command, you know how to perform it in the target servers, but you are unable to find the right module to use to perform this task. So on that case, what we can do is we can mention the raw command directly in the Ansible Ad-Hoc command. For that also we have a module. -m, we have an option called command. Okay. So this is also a module will help you to run any command on the target server instead of using the specific modules. Okay. Here with -a, you can use the command. For example, uptime, IPA, or if you want to use apt update, you can use it. Raw commands. Okay. Similarly, we have, okay, let me do one thing. Let me use /temp app.env. This will perform the task what I mentioned. What is the task here? Just to list the file. Okay, here if you see on this 56.12, I got the file output. Okay, let me put something like this. What will be the output of this command from the server? The same output will be performed here. Okay. Okay. Now, similarly, we have another modules that also can be used to run the command directly. Okay, that is shell. Let me run the command again using shell. For both, output is same. That is because the purpose of the module is same, to run some command directly on the target server, right? Now I will use Ansible-doc and command. So this will give you the full documentation of module, right? I will tell you in simple. Here they have mentioned on point, right? You cannot perform such redirects with this command. If you want to perform anything related to redirect, we cannot use this command module. Instead of this command, we can use shell. Quickly, I will give you the demo of it. So I need to verify the user Ansible exists on all my servers. So for that, I can use this command, right? Cat etc password, where I can grep for the particular keyword of user. So I use shell first. So here I have used this pipe symbol. This is also kind of a redirect. Okay. This is a conjunction one. Fine. I got the output. Now I will use command module. Invalid option. Okay. So this is what the difference between using shell and command. Okay. Fine. Now, when to use Ad-Hoc command? So the Ansible is mostly known for Ansible playbooks and Ansible roles. As I said before, if you want to perform a quick task or single task, something like to get some versions or some outputs, then we can use Ad-Hoc command. But if you have a multiple task and repeatedly if you are performing the task and complex workflows or some integrations, in simple, if you have multiple tasks, then go for Ansible playbook. If not, if you have the single task, then go for Ansible Ad-Hoc command. So friends, that's all about Ansible Ad-Hoc command. And finally, here is your task to practice it. Try these steps mentioned here. Use basic commands, something like ping, uptime, check uptime of all your servers, and copy some files and try to restart some services, install a package, use multiple arguments. So once you do all this practice, you will be more familiar in using Ansible Ad-Hoc command. If you found this video is useful, please hit the like button and hype my video, share it with your friends and groups. So this will be very useful to the people who are learning Ansible. If you have a doubt or if you want me to make a video on specific topic, please leave your comment. See you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing and have fun.